A jealous Florida woman has been arrested for allegedly plunging needles intended for her dog's rabies shots into her boyfriend's eye after accusing him of looking at other women. Sandra Jimenez, age 44, from Miami, and her live-in boyfriend of 8 years have been in an ongoing argument about the man's wandering eye on Saturday when things escalated into violence. When the pair arrived at their home on Northeast 62nd Street just before 10 p.m., Jimenez allegedly seized her chance to teach her boyfriend a very painful lesson. When the unsuspecting man lay down on the couch, Jimenez jumped on top of him with two rabies needles that were for her dog and jabbed them into his right eyelid. The victim called police and was taken to Jackson Memorial Hospital, where he met with detectives. Jimenez stated that she left the house after she realized what she had done. The woman was arrested later that night when responding police officers found her sleeping in a car outside of the home. Without batting an eye, the 44-year-old suspect allegedly claimed that her boyfriend's ocular injury was somehow self-inflicted. Jimenez was booked into Miami-Dade County Jail on a charge of felony aggravated battery, but she has since bonded out and was ordered to be held under house arrest. Jimenez is due back in court for her arraignment on December 26th. Obviously, to all accounts, as social media and many other podcasts have stated, that this woman is clear cut a 10. So for me, trying to grasp reasoning and trying to understand why would a beautiful woman such as this, a woman who is obviously a 10, a woman that should have the utmost confidence in the world, why would she decide to jump on top of her live-in boyfriend of the time, proceed to take rabies needles meant for her dog and jab them directly in his eye, potentially blinding him or even worse, causing him to potentially lose an eye? Like I said, this is um I'm not even sure if I even have words for it, because if this was a man that did this to a woman, and we've heard stories all the time of, crazed men and relationships and marriages, doing abhorrent things to women, right? And how we see social media and everybody else, they rightfully so are going to have a certain type of outlook and opinion, and they're going to say a variety of things, right? But when it deals with women that produce the exact same actions as men, we don't see that same reach. We don't see that same cry. We don't see that same anger and frustration. We don't see people trying to march and trying to protest and trying to generalize all women. It's amazing how those things happen. And as I've stated before, this is what it looks like when you live in a society that is filled with double standards. And again, these double standards will still be in place. You will still have women going out there and deciding that, oh, well, I feel that my boyfriend is cheating, not having any proof. I feel that my boyfriend is talking to somebody, not having any proof. I don't agree with him looking all over the place directly at women, even though she doesn't have any type of possession. He is not property. She has no type of ownership or anything like that. And then they will still decide to strike their boyfriend. They will abuse their boyfriend. They will lay hands on their boyfriend, or even potentially in their life, or potentially also put them in a hospital. There are a multitude of stories directly out there that showcase this, and how that there is a double standard directly out there. And people understand and know that there is a double standard, but refuse to say or do anything about it. So therefore, sooner or later, this is going to happen to somebody's son who is 15, 16, 17, 20, 25. And somebody's going to be planning a funeral because nobody wanted to directly speak out against these double standards and make sure that everything is completely equal. If we're going to directly generalize men as a whole, whenever it is that a man is going to directly go out here and put hands on a woman or try to take a woman's life, the exact same energy should be placed directly on the whole of women. But anytime you specifically speak or say that, you'll have people stating, oh, not all women. It's not right to sit up there and say all women. You don't da 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 da. And all this. But I'm like, it's funny how you want to generalize and characterize all men as some type of demonic spawn. But yet, when you give that exact same energy dealing with women, nobody wants to accept that. You have to do a case by case study now. There's no type of data. There's no stats there. There's no charts, that depict any of the things that men are specifically saying when it deals with this double standard and how it is that these things are allowed. And further proof that these things are allowed, this woman didn't spend any type of time. She was able to bond out. The only thing that I can tell men and young men at this moment in time is be very, very careful of the women that you choose. There is no test. There is no type of study. Um, there's no psychological reports that you can look over to make sure that the woman that you are with is not some type of psychopath, that she won't try to end your life for some type of reason. She might not, she might try to injure you for some type of reason, right? There's nothing that I can specifically give you. The only thing I can tell you is to pay very close attention to any signs and or symptoms that may be there, showcasing the fact that she is crazy.